Hello and welcome to the show. We are back on a car mechanic simulator, going to be finishing up our restoration. Well, as much of a restoration as we can do, because I can't fix the body frame at the moment. But we are going to finish off building our roulette. It is a roulette. I do remember the names at the moment. Apparently there's a radiator cap C. What? There's a part attached here. I thought I'd taken everything out, apart from the exhaust that were at 100% condition. I might have missed something. Who knows? Let's not worry about that for the moment. There's the best idea. Our engine is all shiny and new. Our engine is all ready to go into the vehicle in pristine condition. I think it's about a 300 horsepower engine. We've got like flywheel and clutch. Oh, and spark plugs. Yeah, we haven't done spark plugs, have we? Let's go and buy them before I forget. That's what we didn't quite get around to doing last time out. And then we will have, hopefully, yeah, a decent. Oh, we not clicked into the right thing. There we go. A decent condition car to sell at the end of all of this. I don't know how much money we're going to have made. I haven't really managed to kind of scavenge as many parts as I had perhaps hoped. The main one, I'm still slightly sore about the engine block. But, yeah, I might have liked to have scavenged a few more parts for the vehicle. But a fair few of the big expenses, like the engine heads were okay. I think the gearbox I don't think it was a scavenged one, but we managed to repair the gearbox and so on. Have we got ignition wires? Nope, we do not. Wires, ignition wires, V8, I believe. It's not the overhead valve D, as I said before. That, I believe, is for the Dodges. Okay, there we go. Now we've got the ignition bits connected. Did I go through? I didn't go through and I'm making up. Well, I'm making up words already a minute into the video, and already there are words being made up. I don't know if we have clutch stuff, but seeing as I do a lot of gearbox repairs for quickly or for quick XP, I'll buy clutch parts anyway. And there we go. I will put the engine in first before we put the flywheel in. So I think it's supposed to potentially be in. Sorry, we should probably have the gearbox, I guess, in here first. Can we do? I'll have to do that from under. Oh no, let's have the engine block in before we attach the gearbox to it. Never mind. Right, we've got to figure out how to do all of this again. We need crane. I've got to run around our garage. It's actually quite a big garage. In fact, it's a very big garage you get in here. It will go up to a place near car lift A, I guess. Oh no, wait. Do we just take it straight off? Do we box it up all from here? Maybe that's the way that we do it. I think engine crane. Take off engine, so yeah, that'll put it then into essentially. If we go into our inventory, it'll essentially box it all up into one big old lot. I assume it went in. Oh, there it is, of course. V8 2 carb. Slight panic there. And if we then go install engine into the car, that one, and that's then done. I don't know if I can. I just did it automatically off that. I don't actually know if I can click on that and just install it straight into it. I might be able to. Either way, we've used the engine crane for the purpose that it was designed for. Let's mount... let's actually going to have to lift the car up, aren't we? Because we have to do flywheel and so on from underneath. Oh, then we have the fun and games of the inevitable loss of rubber bushings and forgetting about them. Those of you that watch my videos back on the old Car Mechanic Simulator 15 will know the pain. I do have a good condition clutch plate. Know the pain of losing many rubber bushings. It is just an inevitable part of me playing this game. I will misplace them and forget about them. Either way, we've got a nice shiny gearbox to go on there. I'm really hoping this car is going to be worth a decent amount of money. I'll be sad if it's not worth very much. Do we have a starter motor in good nick? Nope, we don't. We'll come back to that. We'll deal with the suspension now. Cross member E is the one that we need for this vehicle, and that is one that we do have in good enough condition. We have a steering rack as well. Do we have steering knuckle? We have one steering knuckle seat. I wonder how much of the car we can build up with reconditioned parts. I think we might be able to make most of a corner. We certainly can't make two corners, but we might. Got upper. Right, okay, so we need to buy a whole bunch of them. Seeing as I don't know how many we actually need for the car, I think it's about 8 But seeing as I'm going to use these plenty, we're going to go for 16, and we're going to get some of these as well. I can just put them in the storehouse if I don't end up using them on this particular build. They'll get used eventually. I've still got the bloody Daytona lookalike to work on at some point. I can't say I completely forgot about it. Yeah, it's in the parking structure and needs a fair bit of work doing to it. Ooh, one thing we haven't done. One thing we haven't done is this. We need to separate the shock absorbers. I don't know if any of this can be repaired. It might possibly. I don't know. I can't remember. That one probably not. That one there is pretty buggered. Yeah, there might be an aspect of this. I don't think the shock absorber itself can be. Maybe like the cap or something. Knowing the way that this game works. Okay, no, none of it. So we need a fair bit of that corner. Let's just go to the right. So we can't mount anything on that side, of course, because we don't have anything to go there. We don't have a sway bar either. Let's just have a look. I'm just kind of curious to see how much we have managed to reclaim. Oh, we have got the drive shaft at least. That's something. Now, as I said before, I could go around the scrapyard and try and find all of these bits and pieces. It would be a relatively time-consuming process, and some bits, can't be repaired. No, the wheel hub 4s. Okay, so we're not actually going to be able to put on. We're not going to be able to put on too much of this stuff because we're missing kind of like important bits. Oh, at least we've got a leaf spring. We managed to save a leaf spring and one of those. And any U-bolts? Oh, we've got 2 U-bolts as well. Fantastic. Back of this car is very, very simple. It's not a difficult fix at the back here for this. Have we got a tank? No, I didn't think we would. Right. So we are still at the front. Okay, over to this corner we go. We're going to need 2 vented discs. We're going to need double wishbone shock absorber, front spring, and the spring cap. We can get all of those. So, double wishbone shock absorber, front spring. Oops, that's not the correct stuff. We're going to want 2 of them, and we're going to want shock absorber cap, 2 of them. And I forgot to check what steering knuckle lettering it was. It is steering knuckle C for that. Oh, remember, we got to put them together on this thing. As nice as it is having more detail, very, very easy to forget the little steps, like when we come to do wheels, very easy to forget. Forget that you've got to put them together in a different thing. Join the parts. There we go. We'll have those 2, and then it was C. You kind of find also new ways of like efficiency with this. Certainly when the wheel balancing is one of the things that takes the longest to do, and some of the early jobs you'll involve a fair bit of farting around with that, and you'll find new other things to be doing while the wheel is balancing, and be able to like time what other jobs can be done while it takes for a wheel. That is, of course, assuming you want to go for maximum efficiency. You can play it in that manner, and when you're trying to blast through and level up quickly, I tend to end up doing that a fair bit. But yeah, it's an interesting. I find it like an interesting way to play if you're trying to work essentially on the clock, try and do stuff as quickly as possible. You got to try and figure out, the least time-consuming ways of doing stuff. It's a little bit of a different way to play in some ways. Like, you can play this game, and it's brilliant as just a relaxing. I talked about it in one of the previous videos when catching up with some NASCAR races, catching up with various TV or whatever. It's a brilliant sort of just background thing to be doing. It excels at being that sort of a game. But if you want to make it extra stressful and you want to try and do rebuilds as quick as possible and so on, then there are ways. You can do it like that. You can try and figure out the best way of doing stuff. All right, we need a axle cover. We just go cover. Will that bring it up? Oh, I forgot. There's gonna be lots of front axle cover. I don't know if we need rear ones. I don't know if we have any conditioned one. We might have some. Difficult to remember all of the stuff. I think we had the wheel hub though, which we do. I look forward to getting the 95 sway bar B. I look forward to getting the 95% chance of repairing stuff. That will. I never when I played previous car mechanic simulator games, those that watch will remember that despite having the full percentage chance on that, never really seemed to work that well for me. I still lost a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping that I'll have a little bit more luck with this particular game. All right, sway bar end links on that side, and there will be one on this side as well. I don't know what we've got in terms of braking parts. Look at how shiny my car looks now. It does look brilliant when you've got these restore cars. It's a very rewarding thing to have built. However, at the moment, just don't look at the actual body shell itself, because that's shocking. All right. Discs, we need 2 of those. We will need okay, maybe not then. Oops. I think we will certainly need pads. I don't know about calipers though, so we'll get 2 of these. Sometimes I'm lazy and end up just kind of clicking, buying them twice like in the old stuff. When it's only a couple of stuff, sometimes I think it's quicker just to spam click through with the enter button. I'm not sure, but there we go. Ah, good. The caliper. Oh, we need caliper cylinders. These we didn't repair. I also read in comments in the last, in fact, it'll probably be a couple of videos ago by the time this one comes out, people saying about the performance parts are stuff found in the junkyard, which makes sense. And as I said, it's an interesting way of doing things. I still haven't found a way of installing any of them yet, because when I try and go and install them, it's not letting me. Like the carburetor, for example, I had, it just doesn't let me install them. So it's possible that stuff there has not been implemented as of yet, because the carburetor should have fitted on this engine. The performance one should have fitted on this engine, and it does not. I was intelligent in buying the the wheel sort of covers. I wasn't sure if we had them prepared or not, but apparently not. So well done me. That's all done. Almost done with the front of this car. I think I'll just go. I think I put all the rubber bushings in. That should be all of the front stuff done. Yeah, because that's now going onto wheels. And the rest of that is all in there. If we just go to mount mode, there is no glowy holes for stuff. I do not think so. Perfect. Right, that's all done. What do we need over in this corner? Rubber bushings! Ah, we did need some small rubber bushings. See, it was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it indeed. That looks like it was a wheel axle, what is it? Wheel hub 4, that's what we need. Okay, we'll get that in a second. I will make sure... Oh, we need leaf springs there. Leaf springs would be helpful. I can't install the rubber bushings if we don't actually have the springs that we're installing them on. Leaf spring... Yes, I think we will need 2 of these, because I think the... what's it called? When I looked at the other side, it didn't show me to have any extra, so I'll try and buy these. I'll try and buy as much as I can in one go, without forgetting and screwing stuff up. We'll need another solid rear drive axle, but we can find that. I think I've repaired up some of this stuff. We have got these. I think I repaired up the brake shoes as well. Perfect. Have we got the actual brake drum? No, we don't have either of them. Let's go stick in the leaf spring, though, while we're over on this corner. The plates as well. Yeah, if you've worked on the muscle cars, any of the muscle cars, they all share a fairly similar platform. The only one that's really drastically different is, well, the new one, the Typhoon. I say the new one, but I think this is a new car actually to the game, the Roulette. I'm fairly sure this wasn't in 15, but it does share a very, very similar platform to all of the other muscle cars essentially that have got here. But the Typhoon, you do have to work on a little bit different. It's the only car I think that's got side exit exhaust. I think it's the only one that uses the side exit exhaust. It's got a much shorter drive shaft. It is a relatively tiny car, in fact, in comparison to the rest of these. I quite like it. We'll probably get one at some point. We'll probably end up with buying one of those. Just get the brake shoes on. Oh, I forgot to buy the drive axle, didn't I? And we will go tablet again. Try. Probably not the cleverest. I will at some point figure out the best way of, like the shortest way to type in the stuff, and so we don't have to scroll through the pages. Again, it's just trying to go for crazy efficiency on bits and pieces. Right, so we need rear shock absorber B. We can, oopsie daisy, we can get that. Rear shock absorber B, we want 2 of them. I assume we're going to have... I assume we will have... no, we won't have... Of course we have a spring, sorry. We've got bloody leaf springs on here. I think some of the muscle cars... or some of the cars will have this axle, and they'll have the spring kind of sat on it. Although it won't be, I guess it won't be on the leaf spring rear drive axle. It'll be onto a normal rear drive axle. Yeah, I don't know if any of the older cars might do. Again, there might be cars I've not seen that have slightly different setups. We'll need a fuel tank because that is one thing we do not have. I love how everything shares exactly the same fuel tank. So we've got these giant thirsty trucks and the little hatchbacks all share the same fuel tank. Right, that is most of the running gear of our car sorted. We've got exhausts to put on. We've got wheels to decide on what we're doing with. Let's go drop the car down. Oh no, wait, let's go get the exhaust actually while I think about it. We need a front exhaust pipe. Front exhaust pipe A for that, middle muffler and overhead valve, rear one, so we can find all of those, no problem. Oh, front, this is why I need the efficiency way. Oh, this one here, we want 2 of those, and we want that, and we want... 1 of those there. Yeah, that's the side exit exhaust. The rear muffler D is these. Yeah, not technically go at the back of the car. It would be cool to be able to do kind of like conversions on vehicles. So, for example, change this to have side exit exhausts if you were so inclined. Oh, I did have a middle muffler already. Oops, I must have bought those bits previous. Well, I can sell them off and yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, we haven't got a starter motor, do we? That's something we need to do as well before we drop the car down. Starter motor V8, yep, that will do nicely. Somewhere over there, that's the ticket. Right, now we should be able to drop the car down, finish off the last little bits and pieces in the engine bay, like radiator and whatnot. That will then be ready to go. Radiator C, that can go in there. Ah, right, okay, so we've got... radiator cap is separate. Can we repair it? Let's play the guessing game of cat. No. It was worth a look. You never know. Radiator C cap. Okay, so there's only one that comes with... is there a radiator B? Hold on a second. They've got radiator A and radiator C. What happened to radiator B? Is that not a thing? I mean, there's radiator B... radiator fan housing and fan housing B. Don't ask. Maybe it was a thing. There shall be the great radiator mystery. Maybe you will find it in the junkyard. Who knows? We need a brake servo. We have repaired one. Perfect. We will also need a battery, which I think can be repaired in this game. I think I've seen batteries appear as a repair. I guess repair would essentially just be a recharge of the battery. Maybe some batteries are too dead to be recharged fully. As far as logical sense goes, that's how I would read into it. Okay, that can be our battery on there. Right, wheels. Now, what on earth do we do with the wheels? I could, of course, try and repair the ones that we have got. What have we got in terms of the wheel shop? Is there actually pretty decent variety? The roulette, I assume, are the wheels that this thing came on. It's a decent variety of wheels, and if you say want Retro Rim 10, or 10B I should say, you can have it in whatever size you want. You can have tiny wheels, you can have bigger wheels. I don't know what ET means. I assume it's some form of size, potentially. I'm not sure which size it's measuring though. I guess maybe depth or width or something like that. Do we want to? Because we've got the tires that the wheels that it comes with. The tires are knackered, so we can kind of forget about the tires of being any use. The wheels, though, might not be too bad. We'll see if we can repair. We'll see if we can repair the wheels, and then we've got all sorts of options in terms of tire. We can put our car on like white wall tires if we so wish, or we can stick with the kind of muscle car tires. We can put it on ultra modern tires. We have got, of course, the huge amount of wheels that came from the. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try. We're going to experiment just a little tiny bit. Take that. Separate these bits. Actually, I say we're experiment. It's going to be a faff to experiment because we've got to go and then rebalance all of the crap. Never mind, we might not experiment to... I was going to sort of see what the different size wheels look like and see how silly it would let me go with the wheels. So I think we got like some massive wheels, if I remember rightly. Inventory, didn't we have like some 20... got some 23-inch wheels. Shall we see what 23-inch wheels look like on the muscle car? Might as well. Do we need... let's just see if this works. I don't know whether we'll need like bigger tyres. So, I've got 25. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. There are no... Aw. Can we make... Okay, I've got to experiment now. I've got to experiment with this one. Tyre shop. It's a very, very expensive way of doing it. Which is the cheapest tyres? Vintage tyre. Okay, so we want size 25, and I don't remember the other details about the thing. Let's have a look. 25, no, wrong way. 25, no, I don't want to save it. 25 is 80. I don't know what that means, basically. This is kind of a little bit of guesswork here. Vintage tyre. I'm just going to guess that we're going to go with this. I can't change. Oh, I can change that. Let's just go see if that works. Fingers crossed it'll work. Install parts 20. Oh no, where's the 25? Bugger gone. Somewhere in here it should be. There it is. 25. That's the ticket. This I have a sneaking suspicion this won't look good on the muscle car, but we're going to give it a try anyway, and we will see. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because we've got to balance it, otherwise it won't let us install it. Annoyingly, it won't let us install it just to have a look. It doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be wearing the tyre out, so I'm going to sell it on, and we won't have actually lost any money whatsoever. Then we've got bodywork. Well, bodywork, I've still got interior to do. Rebuilding cars takes a lot longer now. It does take a considerably longer amount of time. Shall we go see if we can fix up the standard wheels while we're here? And I think we broke all of them. I think we broke all of the wheels that we were going. There's one. That's that one there. It's not letting me. One of them's ended up at like 50%, which is very weird. Normally you should be able to repair that. There's another one at 60. Okay, so we cocked up the wheels entirely. I quite like. There's a 20. I don't want a 23-inch version of that. I do quite like classic 06 one. All right, let's get that bugger off of there. Oops. Wheel balancer. How absurd. I mean, I guess you could have... will it let me... It will let me put this on. I guess you could have like giant wheels on the back, tiny wheels on the front, and try and go for sort of the dragster. It barely fits within the car. There's no crouch button, which is a little bit of stage. We have to lift it up to have a look to see if it actually fits within that wheel arch. It does. It does fit. I mean, it would be a bit of a rub around there. I'll be honest. No, we're not gonna have that. I can say that much. We're not gonna have 25. But yeah, I had to have a look. We had to have a look at the end of the day. I'm not buying them. The roulette wheels have pissed me off now because I've managed to break them or not even repair them properly, which is really weird. So let's go and have a look at the rim shop. We will go with a... what was the one I was looking at? It was something... I thought I was classic rather than retro. It was like classic. Classic 6, I think, was the one I was looking at. Yeah, I don't know if that will work on the muscle car particularly. No, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. We'll go for classic 6. I love how cheap the wheels are as well. It's like $45 for... actually, how small can you... Wow, you get... Okay, we'll go 40. That's what the car came with. We'll go with 14-inch wheels. They'll have very big sidewalls on the tyres, I think, is the correct way of saying it. Vintage tyre, yeah, we'll go with the vintage tyre rather than vintage tyre B, I think. Yeah, we'll go with this. So we want small tyres. Can we go for bigger widths? Now, I don't know whether this is actually going to let me put that on or not. Let's cancel that. Just so we'll just default it down to that. So that should just default and have that work. I'm sure you can fiddle around with that. I just don't quite know what I am doing well enough, essentially. I've got to go search through all of these wheels to find the ones that I want. It's these ones. That's the one that I want there with that. Okay. That can go on... I think I should have had a bigger profile tyre. I think. Now that I look at it, I think we should have gone for... yes, I do want to balance. I should have gone for a bigger sidewall because that's what we would have had on the other ones, I think. Bugger. I'm not. I wanted to actually have a look at my options, but there we go. We're going for that. It might look a little bit weird, but we saw last time it doesn't actually matter. I'm not keeping this car. Someone's going to buy it. I'm not sure who is going to buy. I would never ever trust me. Ooh, you not separate parts. I would never ever ever trust anything that's that I have worked on as somebody buying the car from me. Okay, it's not really wanting to let me look at stuff, but there we go. Right, how dopey is it going to look on here? Yeah, I think we need bigger. We might need to have gone to slightly bigger. Slightly bigger. No, it's staying. It's staying. It is staying like that because I want to make a silly toy car. It looks like a monster truck that they've not put on the right wheels. You know when they what's it called? Transport them. There we go. I know English words. I know the best words. Yeah, when they transport the. It's not really giving me many options. The monster trucks. It looks like it's on transport wheels, and I'm perfectly okay with that for sake of silliness. I don't think it looks particularly good. I guess I could put it on wonky size wheels as well. I don't think it would let me do. I think it would let me do that. Alright, balance that, I guess. Do we try and sell it with wonky wheels? It could be quite entertaining. Yeah, we needed to have much bigger. Much bigger tyre, like physical tyre size. You can get away with the small wheels, but you need very, very big tyre sizes. Because 14 is what you would have got on the muscle cars. That's what the wheels I pulled off were, but you had much bigger sidewalls of the tyres. But for silliness, I think this beats having the absurdly large wheels, I think, in terms of outright silliness. The problem, when I play games like this, it's just too easy for me to piss around and not play things sensibly. When you give me so many tools to make cars look stupid, I always take silly options rather than going for the options that will make the car look good. And again, as I said, we're not keeping the bloody vehicle, so I don't really care too much. We'll probably keep the, what's it called? The Magnum Daytona crossover thing. That will probably keep, and we will maybe try and make that one look good. We'll see. We'll see. That can go in there. Done. Now, as I said, I can't do anything with the body frame, so there are going to be spots of rust around the place. I don't think we have any good body panels on this car, essentially, so we will have to go for buying all new stuff. We'll just buy all of this guff. It is safe to say an expensive way of doing it. I'd like to be able to repair it, but it's a long way off before I get to be able to do repairing on the bodywork. This car better be worth a lot of money. The amount that I've poured into this, it had better be worth a lot of money. Right, front fender. It's going to be mismatched in terms of colour because I can't respray the vehicle at the moment. Again, another thing, haven't unlocked access to. You could have some little headlights in there, and you can have a front window. Did any of the... I don't think I've got any good condition. I think I might... If I did have any, I think I sold them when I cleared out the junk in the inventory at one point. You can scavenge all of these parts from the junkyards. You know, I could go around and find... I could probably find enough bits to complete the entire bodywork from the junkyard, and it would be a sensible thing to do. It would be a way to save money. However, I can't repair them at the moment, so it's not a viable option for me. Now, if we go... Is that all of the bodywork done? I think all of the bodywork that I can put on the car. So if we then go back to normal mode, we will move the car to the entrance. The reason why I'm moving over here is so I can look around to do the interior a little bit easier. There we go. And then we're going to want a steering wheel. We're going to want front seats. That's all in a different thing, a different shop, a different tab on this. So if we go roulette, I don't think we can swap over, like have different sorts of interior. I don't know. You might be able to. While we're here, shall we just go? Let's have an investigate. Yeah, because there are some just generic steering wheels. There are some okay. So we've got the specific wheel for the roulette, but there are like steering wheel different numbers over here. So I'm assuming we can put one of these wheels into the car. So maybe you can just straight up swap out the seats. Maybe it just doesn't matter. I assume like to some extent you can't, because well, there's the bench. Oh, did I not take out the bench? Oh no, okay, the bench is a little bit bugged. The bench, like when you're showing it in the assemble mode, the bench is a bit glitchy from time, and the steering wheel is a bit glitchy from time to time. Yeah, okay, so you can put in whatever steering wheel you fancy. So we're going to go for a racing wheel in this one. That's quite cool. That's quite cool. As I said, I imagine these seats you probably can do what you want. The benches are probably a little bit more picky depending on what sort of car you've got. Shall we go sit in our vehicle? It's a symphony of grey inside here. It's not the most colourful. Not the most colourful car ever built. But there we go. It's a symphony of grey outside. How much is it worth now? 40,000. It's because I can't get part of it. I can't get the body condition up any higher. We've got to drive it. We've got to drive it on its little transport wheels to the test track. Maybe if we put some oil in the car first would be a good idea. Don't mind me. I remembered. So we have a newer testing location on this game. Actually, a little bit more of a proper circuit, if you like. We could ignore the bouncy, unhappy car there. Yeah, a little bit more. Oh, okay, that's not a I didn't know if that was a handbrake button or what. A little bit more of a proper area to go driving around. There is a racetrack supposed to be coming to the game. Who knows at what point? Handling physics, I have to say, on this are, for a game about building cars, vehicles are actually not that bad to drive. Hey. You can actually... I wasn't quite expecting this. I guess I should expect this to be so slidey when it's got piddly wheels on it. But, yeah, you can actually, apparently, make quite a slidey bugger of a car. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going anymore. We're just going to drift our way around here. You know those lovely new tyres? We're going to burn up all of them before we have to sell them. I don't think any damage we do here, much like it was in previous games, I don't think any damage you do in here actually carries back. So you can fart around all you like and everything will be okay. Now is the start line. Anybody? We're going to go off-roading a little bit here. There it was. There's the start line. Right, let's go and... what is handbrake? I can't actually remember what... there was definitely a handbrake button, but... that one, I think... No, maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I don't remember. It doesn't actually handle too badly. All things considered, it does not handle too badly whatsoever. Now, the suspension test that I went over the wrong way last time around, I have seen cars with broken suspension do really weird things across here. Oh! Never mind. I was going to say, I thought it was a car, because I tested a car... I tested a car that bounced around really weirdly, and a few others have been across there fine. And the car that I tested was one that I was trying to fix the suspension. I was trying to figure out what bits were broken. And I thought it was just because I had dodgy suspension on the car. I mean, the wheels are not helping this vehicle do that. We bounced across the stuff, and it launched it skyward when the front hit the speed bump. Well, we'll just sell the car as never front flipped. You know, no one ever needs to know that happened. Well, there we go. That is our first restoration done as much as I can on this vehicle. It's certainly been an interesting rebuild. Yeah, it's very silly. It's very silly. It's very, very slidey, and it does front flips. I mean, it's very much a FailRace Industries vehicle. Very, very much. We will go and sell the car for. It's a decent amount of money. It's a shame. I thought some stuff's in questionable condition. That should all be good. The engine was driving, so it's all fine. Everything was put back in at 100%. Don't know why it's not showing it, but never mind. Yeah, there we go. That is our restoration work complete on the vehicle. $40,000 for that car. Not sure I actually made a huge amount of money in all of that. I think we'll need to scavenge more parts rather than buying them from the tablet if you want to make the big money with it. But was good fun. Was good fun indeed. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.